The book of Jubilees chapter 27. Jacob flee for his life. Jacob had a dream. Jacob's ladder, the ladder of the Messiah, Yahushua. The precept and line witness include Genesis 28:10-17, and the book of Asher chapter 30 verses 1 through 3. The book of Jubilees chapter 27. And the words of Esau, her elder son, Rebekah, were told to Rebekah in a dream. And Rebekah sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, Esau thy brother will take vengeance upon thee so as to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise and flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's anger turns away. And he remove his anger from thee, and forget all that thou hast done. Then I will send and fetch for thee from thence. And Jacob said, I am not afraid. If he wishes to kill me, I will kill him. But she said unto him, Let me not be bereft of both my sons on one day. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, thou knowest that my father has become old, and does not see because his eyes are dull. And if I leave him, it will be evil in his eyes, because I have leave him and go away from you. And my father will be angry and will curse me, and I will not go. When he sends me, then only will I go. And Rebekah said to Jacob, I will go in and speak to him, and he will send thee away. And Rebekah went in and said to Isaac, I loathe my life because of the two daughters of Heth, whom Esau has taken as his wives. And if Jacob take a wife from among the daughters of the land such as these, for what purpose do I further live? For the daughters of Canaan are evil. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him, and admonished him, and said unto him, Do not take thee a wife of any daughters of Canaan. Arise and go to Mesopotamia, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. And Elohim Yahuwah Almighty bless thee, and increase and multiply thee, that thou mayest become a company of nations, and give thee the blessings of my father Abraham, to thee and to thy seed after thee, that thou mayest inherit the land of thy sojournings, and all the land which Elohim Yahuwah give to Abraham. Go, my son, in peace. And Isaac sent Jacob away, and he went to Mesopotamia to Laban, the son of Bethuel, the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob's mother. And it came to pass, after Jacob had arisen to go to Mesopotamia, that the spirit of Rebekah was grieved after her son, and she wept. And Isaac said to Rebekah, My sister, weep not on account of Jacob my son, for he goeth in peace, and in peace will he return. The Most High Elohim Yahuwah will preserve him from all evil, and will be with him, for he will not forsake him all his days. For I know that his ways will be prosperous in all things wherever he goes, until the return in peace to us. And we see him in peace. Fear not on his account, my sister, for he is on the upright path, and he is a perfect man, and he is faithful and will not perish. Weep not. And Isaac comforted Rebekah on account of her son Jacob, and blessed him. And Jacob went from the well of the oath to go to Haran on the 1st year of the 2nd week in the 44th Jubilee. And he came to Luz on the mountains, that is Bethel, on the new moon, on the 1st month of the week, 2115 a.m. And he came to the place at even, and turned from the way to the west of the road that night. And he slept there, for the sun had set. And he took one of the stones of that place, and laid under the tree, and he was journeying along, and he slept. And he dreamt that night, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels, the Malachs of Yahuwah, ascended and descended on it. And behold, Yahuwah stood upon it. And he spake to Jacob, and said, I am Yahuwah, Elohim of Abraham thy father, and the Elohim of Isaac, and the land whereupon thou art sleeping, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed after thee. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt increase to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee, in thy seed, shall all the families of the nations be blessed. And behold, I will be with thee, and will keep thee whithersoever thou goest. And I will bring thee again into this land in peace. For I will not leave thee until I do everything that I told the of. Now, what happened to Jacob on the way to Haran, noted in the book of Asher, line upon line, precept, and witness. So we're going to go into the book of Asher and see what happened when Jacob was on his way to Haran before he made it to that tree to sleep. And Jacob went forth, continuing his road to Haran, and he came as far as Mount Moriah, and he tarried there all night near the city of Luz. And Yahuwah appeared there unto Jacob on the night, and he said unto him, I am Yahuwah Eloah of Abraham, and the Eloah of Isaac thy father. The land upon which thou liest I will give unto thee and thy seed. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee wherever thou goest, and I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven. And I will cause all thy enemies to fall before thee, and they shall make war with thee. They shall not prevail over thee. And I will bring thee again into this land with joy, with children, and with great riches. Hallelujah. And Jacob awoke from his sleep, and he rejoiced greatly at the vision which he had seen. And he called the name of that place Bethel. Now we're going to continue with another precept and witness in the book of Genesis chapter 28, verses 10 through 17 in the King James Version. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran, and he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And this, back in the book of Asher, they mentioned that he was tarrying near Mount Moriah, right near the city of Luz. But Genesis only gives that it was a certain place. So you see how line upon line, precept on precept, of going to these different books to get more detail as to what place and where he was. Okay. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of Eloah Yahuwah ascending and descending on it. And behold, Yahuwah stood above it and said, I am Yahuwah, Eloah of Abraham thy father, Eloah, which means God, of Isaac, and land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed, and thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and I will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. And Jacob awake out of his sleep, and said, Surely Yahuwah is in this place, and I knew it not. And I was afraid, and said, How dreadful is this place! This is none other but the house of Yahuwah, and this is the gate of heaven. So you see, in one chapter, in one precept, it stated that Jacob woke up and he rejoiced. And in Genesis, it stated that he, stated that the place was dreadful. And that's that fear that Eloah Yahuwah wants, within us, the obedience, the submission to him, to fear him, fear his laws, but to love him at the same time. So sometimes people can say it was dreadful, it's terrible because how beautiful something is or how magnificent, but yet we're scared of it because we know, hey, if you get in trouble with your mother or father, you'd be like, uh-oh, what am I in trouble for? Okay, so we're going to continue back in the book of Jubilees, chapter 27. Now we're at verse 25 through 27, wrapping up the book of Jubilees, chapter 27. Okay. And Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, Truly this place is the house of Yahuwah, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, Dreadful is this place, which is none other than the house of Yahuwah, and this is a gate of heaven. And Jacob arose early in the morning, and took the stone which he had put under his head, and set it up as a pillar for a sign, and he poured oil upon the top of it, and he called the name of that place Bethel. But the name of the place before that was Luz. And Jacob vowed a vow unto Yahuwah, saying, If Yahuwah will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall Yahuwah be my Eloah, my God. And this stone which I have set up as a pillar for a sign in this place shall be Yahuwah's house, and all that thou givest me I shall give the tenth to thee, my Eloah, Yahuwah. And that is the end of the book of Jubilees, chapter 27.